Hey, what's going on, everybody? Andre Fluellen, Flu.com, and I'm coming at you with some motivational, inspirational advice. All right, look, so I want to be honest with you. There's some people out here that's trying to lose weight. All right, I'm gonna teach you the game about how to lose weight. I'm gonna teach you exactly what you need to do in order to lose the weight that you want to lose. All right, there's two things that go about it, man, and this is something that I'm really passionate about, and I'm gonna do it a little bit different. See, I'm not gonna really give you exercise tips. I'm really not gonna give you diet tips. I'm gonna give you mindset tips. All right, so here's the thing, because if you want to change your weight, first thing you have to do is change your mind. That's the number one thing. So if you want to lose weight, or if you want to get to a weight that you want to consistently be able to maintain and not just be that up and down yo-yo effect, y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You lose 5 pounds and you gain 7, and you lose 8 and you gain 33. Like, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm gonna teach you how to keep the weight off for good by changing your mind. All right, you ready? So first thing we need to know is, usually when we talk about losing weight, the first thing we talk about is just diet and exercise, okay? We talk about diet first, right? I'm gonna go on the diet. I'm gonna change my diet. And a lot of times, what we think the word diet really means is restriction. That's what we think about when we talk about going on a diet, okay? Like, we go on the, this is the first thing we do is say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna stop eating this. I'm gonna stop eating that. I'm gonna restrict myself from eating this. So I'm gonna go on the time restricted diet. What is that? Intermittent fasting. Okay. Then I'm gonna go on the carb restricted diet. What's that? The keto diet. Or I'm gonna go on the calorie restricted diet. Okay. Like, when we talk about diet, we really usually talk about restriction. But I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. The word diet, if you want to break it down, and this will help your mindset, I promise. But the word diet comes from a Greek word called diatia. Okay. And guess what diatia means? Diatia simply means way of life. That's all it means. See, a diet isn't really a restriction. A diet is just a way of life. All right, so once you understand that, you start to get it like, okay, this is my way of life. See, even though, right, like me, I used to be 310 pounds, okay? All right, so even though every now and then I can still have pizza, I can still have a cupcake, I can still have French fries. Why? Because my way of life is good. Okay? And so since my way of life is good, when I eat these things, like, I don't have to worry about these things affecting my weight or my diet, because my way of life is good. So I can every now and then have the things that aren't, quote unquote, aren't good for me because they taste good to me. See, that's the thing about diets that we have to understand. You have to make it a way of life. And when it's a way of life, man, things will change for you, I promise you. So that's the first thing we need to get. The word diet doesn't mean restriction. The original meaning of it is the way of life, okay? So that's number one. All right, the second point I want to talk to you about losing weight is, here we go. You never start by stopping. You only start by starting, okay? Like, I say that all the time, and I know it sounds silly, but if you hear it, like, a lot of times when we say, okay, I'm gonna lose weight, the first thing we say is, I'm gonna stop eating this, I'm gonna stop eating that. Like, you don't start by stopping. You start by starting. See, what I want you to start thinking about is, hey, instead of saying, hey, I'm gonna stop eating this, say, no, I'm gonna start doing 20 push-ups a day. I'm gonna start taking a walk a day. I'm gonna start jogging a half a mile a day. Like, start things, don't stop things. Because what happens is, when you start things, you'll stop things. All right, so let me give you this one. Guess what? You stop by starting. Believe it or not, you stop by starting. What do I mean by that? See, think about it like this. If you're driving in a car, how do you stop the car? You stop by starting to press the brakes. If you're running, how do you stop? Do you just stop immediately? No, you start to slow down, right? And then you stop. See, you start by starting, and you stop by starting. I say all that to say, once you start exercising, and once you start taking your walk, or once you start eating an apple a day or eating more vegetables, guess what? The other things that take away from your good diet, right, your good way of life, they'll stop. See, you start by starting, and you stop by starting. Very simple, right? But people don't know that, because this is all mindset. And then the last thing, in terms of losing weight, all right, I want to help you with this one, is celebrate every pound, okay? Here's the thing. You cannot, like, let's say I wanted to lose 50 pounds. Guess what? I honestly cannot lose 50 pounds. unless I get surgery or something like that, I cannot lose 50 pounds. I promise I'll make this make sense. I can't lose 50 pounds at one time. But guess what I can do? I can lose 1 pound 50 times. Oh, see, that changes the things, right? Because a lot of times, man, we look at the entire picture, like losing the entire 50 pounds, and then when we lose 10 pounds, we still say, oh, I've only lost 10 pounds. But when I lose 10 pounds, right, I say, man, I've lost 1 pound 10 times. Every time I lose a pound, I celebrate. Every time I lose 2 pounds, man, we having a party. Like, that's the thing, man. You have to celebrate your journey. Every pound. It's not 50 pounds. It's 1 pound 50 times. And once you learn that, hey, everything changes. So here's the 3 things, remember I told you about. All right, if you want to lose weight, here's your video. First things first is you have to understand the word diet. It is your way of life. Make sure your way of life is good, okay? And the second part of that, look, the second thing, if you want your way of life to be good, you have to remember you only start by starting, you don't start by stopping. Okay? So you just start doing things, start working out, start exercising, start eating an apple, start eating better. Just start and the other things will stop, okay? And then the third thing is you have to celebrate each and every pound. You cannot lose 50 pounds at one time. You can only lose 1 pound 50 times. That's just how it goes. And these are the 3 keys to weight loss. I hope you enjoyed it. Look, as always, if you like this, hit that thumbs up, like and subscribe to our channel. There'll be more motivational videos coming out just like this, but I want you to know that I'm here with you in your weight loss journey. Hey, I lost a lot myself, and I love how my life is because my way of life is good. So I can eat things at times that aren't quote unquote good for me, and it doesn't matter because my way of life is good, and I want the same thing, the same freedom for you. Peace.